Tanzania-born Rini McDonald's beautiful designs are a feast for the eyes, matching color and design in a uniquely African way. A cup of coffee, we travel to Ethiopia to explore the traditional versus the modern way of enjoying this popular beverage. Sculpture artist Adang Chigare as he takes us through his work process. I am Pamela Mtanga and let's go.
Well, welcome back to Casa Guest on One Africa Television, and I'm really excited. Though it was last year, but I mean it's only once in a lifetime, Richard, that I had the privilege to travel with Anthony from AWH Rigging Transport and a lot of other things with. But I mean that truck, the Cat 992, it weighs around a lot of people.
Yeah. Roger, so yeah, interesting statistic is that there was about 150 ton that you guys hauled from Walvis Bay to Chibrongo, and if you work it out on about an average weight of a person, that's about 1,900 people.
That's a lot, eh? That's a lot.
Yeah, imagine loading 1,900 people on one truck.
That's why I love working with the statistician. He's always making that calculations, but one calculation I have that you don't have.
And that would be?
The fuel. Listen to the fuel. I mean, on average, from Walvis up to Karabab, where it was a whole time a climbing process, on average 600 meters on a liter of diesel.
Yeah, that's a tad bit more than what my budget will allow. Let's have a look.
Yeah. What a machine that AWH brought from Walvis Bay to Beetleville. Tell us about the logistics behind moving such a piece of equipment, sir.
Yes, the planning starts at least about 2 months in advance from getting the request from the supplier, and then the planning starts. That is when the vessel arrives in port, then the components need to be moved out of port to the assembly area, and then they assemble the machine, and when it is assembled, then we do the moving part. What made this one very difficult is we were very close to the cutoff for the embargo and the holidays, so everybody were pushed for time to make sure we only have a 3-day window to move this machine. And organizing from our side is then all the escorts, all the manpower clearance, it's telecom clearance, it's the permits, it is getting the permits, paying the permits, arrange the police escorts, and have everybody on site at the right time on the right day to move.
And then it's getting that mammoth machine, what's it weigh? 105, 106 tons on the low bed. Tell us about that operation.
The operating weight of the machine is 105 tons. So if the guys get to site, and then you unhook the front section of the low bed and you lay it down, and then they literally drive the machine onto the low bed, and then you rehook your neck and your dolly section, and then the fastening, and then you're ready to go. Then it's all the last bits and pieces and make sure everything is in place, and reassuring with the traffic department they are on time, scheduled for the next day. Everybody know they have to be there, because then it's that last bit on that last 2 days to get it out to the mine.
Such an operation, I think about the speed, the fuel, as you powered manpower, the lines, wrecking. Just a bit about that.
Yes, the fuel consumption as we move out of Swakopmund to up to let's say Isakos, we'll be doing around about 600 meters per liter of diesel. Climbing speed is around about 30 to 35 kilometers per hour. That's maximum. So you're pulling all the way till you get to around about Karabab, and then you start to level off. The fuel consumption from from Karabakh to B2 Gold, it's around about 1 to 1.2 kilometers per liter. Speed-wise, all depending on the traffic, the speed is determined by the traffic department, and we normally comfortable with around about 50 kilometers per hour. Then we can still do something.
Anthony, I see something from your industry. Motorists are very curious people. They wait for opportunity to try to pass these huge haulage trucks and then they start slowing down. Some advice from your side for motorists. Enjoy, but I'm sure there is a responsibility.
Yes, there is a responsibility, and the biggest concern for us is motorists do not have the respect for these big vehicles on the road. They think that vehicle can stop in the same distance as a normal car, which is absolutely impossible. You get, especially where the traffic department is with, everything wider than 4.4 meters on the road is escorted by the traffic department. And you get the traffic department pulling off the motorist and the other trucks, and they just re-enter back again because they see this traffic officer driving like 1 kilometer ahead, keeping the traffic off the road, and they just think, oh well, this is done, and we can get back onto the road, which is very difficult, and it is scary for our drivers as well. I mean, it is hair-raising for them to sit there, and then the traffic department calls on them to keep up the speed, and you don't know if you come over the next hill, if somebody just decided, well, they are in a hurry, they're not going to wait, and they're getting back onto the road. That machine is so wide, it's running the full width of the road. And where must they go? There is just no space. There's not enough time to stop. And that is always our concern with the motorist. And I always say to the motorist that it is much more frustrating for us doing the work than it is for the motorists on the road.
Anthony, second last question, a bit about that CAT 992. Just a bit of dimensions, weight, statistics, specs. I think, to me, I know, but for our viewers.
Yes, the machine is 5.15 meters wide. You can lift in the bucket a maximum weight of around about 50 tons. That the machine can handle. It has about, if I'm correct, I think around about a 680 horsepower V12 engine in. So it's a massive machine. I mean, one of those tires are weighing like almost 6 tons a piece. You need a special machine to put the tires on and take them off. So it is a massive machine. It's not the biggest in Namibia. There is one that is bigger. There's a 994. And if I'm correct, I think there's one 996 also. So this is not, the big brother, but it is under the top units that, you get. And that is in the country available.
Last question from my side, Anthony. I mean, I also had the privilege when the Komatsu excavator came through. So it's not all you're transporting. If it's heavy, we're ready.
Yes, it is. It's not just the heavy stuff. We do a lot of the, very delicate stuff. We did, for instance, the move of the, forensics laboratory in Windhoek for the police. Those equipment are very, very sensitive. They get, packed on special floating platforms and things like that. So as from the smallest, safe up to the biggest machine, we have a variety that we move. And you have a special trailer for each and every application.
In the industry, but hauling around this magnitude of weight, it's something completely different.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of logistics and a lot of organizing.
Just before we're going over to our next insert, if our viewers wonder what's standing behind me, the Ineos Grenadier. We waited a long time for it. It's behind us, and we're going to bring you, sooner or later, we're going to bring you an exclusive on this vehicle. This is just, Richard, to make us a bit excited.
Yeah, so our reason for being here is simply a teaser, and watch out for our future shows, because we're definitely going to feature the Ineos Grenadier.
But it's also to connect to our next insert, the Weskus 4x4 Fastbait. I had the privilege, and thanks to Power Oil Namibia, that said, Francois, we know that you love that kind of sport. We want you to be there. Thank you so much on Power Oil Namibia. Richard, brave men.
Yeah, I unfortunately could not be there myself,
You
but
must.
Francois,
You
from
must.
what I've heard is that I've really missed out, and that it was one of the events for the book. So
Indeed, yeah.
you were there, and you did some interviews, and you did some camera work behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, I was behind the camera and behind the scenes. Indeed, we spoke to Tians van Zyl. He's one of the organizers of the Namib Desert 4x4 Club, and I really appreciated his time. We were all very excited that the sport could come back after 2 years of COVID and absence of the sport. It's kind of also, I want to say, on the national motorsport calendar.
Yes.
It's big. And sit back, relax. I hope that you are strapped in like those guys in the 4x4s are strapped in.
We as Namib Desert 4x4 Club in conjunction with Standard Bank Namibia decided that we must continue with the Fastbait this year, and as you can see, it's a huge success thus far. The cars sounds great in the background, and what we see and what we experience is beautiful. We're really looking forward to the rest of the day. There's a few obstacles that still remaining that we need to complete. This one is the dune obstacle. As you can see, it's quite a steep one. One or two of the guys already struggled a bit. And just hear that nice engine there in the background. I hope he make it, because I can't see him now.
It's beautiful. You can actually turn around for a moment
Can
if
I?
you want to see.
Goodness.
Okay. But this is part of the 4x4.
Absolutely, yes.
Tell us about this car. This is not an ordinary 4x4. This
Correct.
is not your one that you want to show. This is especially customized.
Yes, definitely, yeah. The car is a little bit customized. We need to adjust to the obstacles that we are traversing through. So most of the cars is lifted a bit, and some of them have diff locks and all the nice things that can take you through the obstacles. So yeah, these guys not so much a road drivable vehicle, but obstacle drivable vehicle, that definitely they are. Most of these guys are locals, or all of them are actually locals. And as you can see, the sport is looking good. There's quite a few of them. A few of our guys is on holiday, so they couldn't make it to the Fastbait. But this is going to be a regular instance now again for the next few years. Definitely, we're looking forward to next year, where we have 5 events that's going to take place. You can actually look at the Namibian Motorsport Federation webpage. There's all the dates is published there. Everything that you need to know about the vehicle, if you decide to build one, you can go there. All the rules and all the regulations is in there. So yes.
Especially safety. I mean, this is a risky area, risky terrains. Obviously, safety also plays a role. Roll cages. What is the criteria for such a car?
Yes, no, definitely. One of the one of the rules is specifically that you need to wear a helmet. The second one is that your vehicle have to have safety, what you call as harnesses and all that built in, as well as the cage must be complete. So the whole thing is built around safety. Over the years, we've not had any huge accidents, smaller things, car landing on its side, very little serious injuries, definitely bleeding toe here, bleeding nose there. That's one of the greater things about the sport. We keep it safe, and that's one of our biggest attempts to continue doing that.
Spectators friendly, obvious.
Absolutely, we like spectators, and that's why the cars are loud. They are built butchy, you know. They must look the look and they must talk the talk, and of course run the run, or whatever you call it.
James, the last question from my side. You mentioned there are 5 events for this year planned, or next year.
Yes.
Actually, sorry, for this year.
Yeah.
Where can we expect you guys to say, here we are?
Yes, yeah, they must just have a look at the newspapers and of course listen at the radio. We will advertise all the events. As I said, you can look at the NMSF webpage. It will be also on there, but sometimes the dates change. So it's not always published then, but we attempt to publish it. But yes, just keep an ear out. We will definitely have 3. You can look out around about end of March and then May. October, I know, and then December, of course. There's one I'm missing. It's the one in June, July. So that's roughly the period that we use.
Some of the big names in action on this trip.
Yes.
I know even from Obama's, Marion Tal.
Yes, all over, yeah. Now the big names, I think, we need to mention the 2 Tron brothers, not brothers, nephews. They are always doing very good. Then we're looking at the father-son combo, Nico Hooproser and his son Nicky. 2 vehicles from Marintal actually, Dolph and Rico. These guys are serious about fastbait, and yeah, that's just to name a few. I mean, there's a lot of these guys that spend a lot of time. Chris Brains, for instance, he's very serious about the sport as well. Do a lot of sponsoring. That's only to name a few. So yes, lots of guys that does the job really, really good.
James, thank you so much for speaking to One Africa Cars and Guests. Looking forward to the next event. You're going to see us there.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Francois. Enjoy.
Set to take the African continent and the world by storm. They are giants in every sense of the word, and they will bring entertainment that's just as big. Don't miss the first ever season of Big Brother Titans with 2 African giants, Naija and Nsamse, under Biggie's roof together. Big Brother Titans starts on Sunday, 15th of January on DSTV and African Magic Channels. Big Brother Titans is rated 18. Proudly sponsored by Bamboo and Flutterwave.
Yeah, welcome back. What an interesting segment, Francois. I love the tire segment where they went through the tires. I think one should be going on tires, not over them.
Not through it.
Interesting,
yeah.
though. And you had a bit of a mud shower, didn't you?
I had the mud shower. I think that's one thing that I know, but I never learn, is you do not stand behind any 4x4 if he's going into a mud pool or a mud pit, as they say it. I had my shower of mud, but it is numb up mud.
But I wanted to say this morning when I walked in, your skin looks so radiant.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the clean mud, the beauty, the natural numb up mud. It's so beautiful, eh?
Yeah.
Natural numb up mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next, we meet up with the guys and girls from EMA and Media Solutions, who had an awesome initiative, Francois.
Agree.
With this traffic safety awareness billboards that's all around town.
And what I love about it, Richard, so many times emergency vehicles want to get to a scene as soon as possible. And Fabian Martens actually explained to us why, because it could be a relative of yours.
Yeah.
Make way. And I know that in countries like Germany, for instance, the moment that there is an emergency vehicle approaching from behind, the vehicles normally go, if it's a double lane, to the left and to the right to open the mid lane so vehicles, ambulances or police or fire brigades can get through. And I personally like the idea that he did.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes with our Namibian traffic and some of our vehicles, the music is a bit loud, the windows are closed, the air conditioners are on. So it's difficult to always hear, but as soon as you do hear, as soon as you do see these emergency vehicles coming towards you, just move aside so they can get to wherever their destination is as soon as possible.
I agree. Sit back, relax, and let's hope that we can learn something, because next time it might be a relative of yours.
So with us we have Fabian from EMA. And we had a very interesting launch. We're at the corner of Frankie Fredericks and Hours Road, and a very interesting launch of a road safety campaign, a road safety awareness campaign, let me say rather. Fabian, can you tell us a bit more about what's going on?
Yeah, the road safety awareness campaign came, let me say, 2 months ago, the idea, and we want to, through our platform, what we have already on WhatsApp, where we always remind the people, fasten your seatbelt, make space for the emergency services, don't drink and drive, switch on your lights, don't overtake where you can't overtake. So here we said we must spread the message even more, not only on our WhatsApp groups, we must bring it to everybody who maybe don't have WhatsApp, because there are many people who don't have WhatsApp. So we said partnered here up with the Media Solution Group, and immediately when we contacted them, said, listen, that is our idea. What can we do? They said, Fabian, we have a solution for you. That's the reason why they call it, I guess, Media Solutions. We give you 6 light poles across the town where you can put on your message, and we sponsor this for free to you.
Yeah, Fabian, with our road safety stats being so bad in Namibia, being so high up on the list of deaths on our road, tell me, where all will we be able to see these boards in our city?
Now, that's the amazing thing. We have them now. We start here at Ours Road, going out to Rehoboth, and we will have them in Florence Nightingale. There are everywhere 3 lampposts. But these signs will rotate through the town, meaning you will see them everywhere where the time is changing, and that will be around about every 2 weeks. So it will be also in every neighborhood, everywhere this message will be spread.
Fabian, some of the tips you can give our viewers out there, if there's a emergency vehicle approaching, what can they do?
Yes, the best thing is that you move to the side, so move to the left side. If there's a double lane, move to the left side. If you're on the right side, move to the right, and in the middle, open up a rescue lane, which is very, very important, very vital, because in a case of an emergency, every second counts, and that the ambulance can come fast to you, the patient, because it might be your family member. You never know where they're going to, and that might be your family member.
So always be ready and always be vigilant for an emergency vehicle approaching. As we're standing here chatting, these guys just got an emergency call. They need to rush off. Obviously, traffic is going to be an issue. So yeah, do your part and move away for the emergency vehicles approaching. So if you're out and about in town, please look out for these boards by Media Solutions as well as the EMA group. This is all for safety awareness. Look out for these boards and start doing your part. Fabian, thank you so much for chatting to us, and I also want to commend you on this awesome initiative that you guys are busy with. We can't wait to chat to you guys again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we're going to chat to Eugene September. He's from the Media Solutions Group. They also role players in this campaign. Eugene, welcome, and thank you for chatting to us on Cars and Gears.
Thank you, Richard, and thank you for welcoming us on your program.
Yes, I want to know what exactly your role is in launching this campaign and in the campaign as a whole.
Okay, great stuff. Media Solutions, being a supplier of outdoor alternative media, provided a platform when we were approached by EMA Oshmet International to create space and join hands with the Road Safety Awareness Campaign. So from our side, what we did is we supplied the advertising space free of charge to them. Oshmet International sponsored the printing cost, and EMA came up with the idea, with the concept and everything, yeah. So basically from us, we just created a platform for them to carry the message that they would like to bring out there.
Yeah. Once again, I want to commend them for making this platform available for us as road users to be made aware of all the safety concerns out there. Thank you so much for chatting to us, and stay tuned, and we'll see what's up next.
Got your feel-good vibes.
99 FM.
Now, literally from abnormal loads to 4x4s to EMA ambulances. Richard, drifting. Going around the track, one-sided, looking at the track from your right window. Why do you have a front window then?
It's all about the art of getting your car around the track as sideways as possible.
Is that the art?
It's an art. It's like dancing. It's like a waltz.
Well,
exactly what it
then I would prefer to stick to the rally cars and the 4x4 cars, because then I can look through the windscreen, the front windscreen, not the side window. Your son, come on, let's be frank.
Yeah.
Cool dude on the tracks.
I'm very surprised by the Common Collective head that he showed. We went out and we're going to show you how we went out to the track. Richie Jr., his first time ever in a drift car. We took him out, gave him a bit of pointers, and immediately was able to adapt to drifting and did it pretty well, Pancho.
I love the words, look, learn, listen, or look, listen, learn. And it helped for him. Sit back. Strap in this time, because look at the inside of the car with the dash cam. He managed it.
Only just.
Only just.
Welcome back. So what we're going to try today is something completely different. I'm going to take a race driver that's never drifted before and try and teach him how to drift in a day. Who else to choose than the very talented Richard Jr. How's it, my boy? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Something new, something different.
So you've been in go-karts, you've been in a race car, you've never drifted before. What are you expecting is going to happen?
I'm not really sure what to expect. Yeah, we usually don't like to slide in the karting or the circuit racing, so it'll be something to get used to now have to do what you usually try not to do.
Yeah.
So how exactly do you drift, and what do you do?
Okay, so let me start off by telling our viewers what drifting is. So drifting is the science of basically losing control of a car while you're in control. So you try and slide the rear of your car while you control the front end. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you today, is how you're going to control your the front end of your car, lose the rear, and go where you need to go just by using your steering wheel. We're going to use the handbrake and a bit of clutch control, and that's how we're going to do the drifting. I'll show you step by step as we go through the process.
So you only use the front wheels to steer?
It's only you steer with your rear wheels, but you counter steer with your front wheels, and that's how you basically go through the corners. Are you nervous?
I'm more excited than nervous, but yeah, I am.
Okay, get ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the 3L approach. First you're going to look, then you're going to listen, and then you're going to learn. And how was it?
That was a lot of fun.
Did you manage?
I hope so. Would like to think I managed, and yeah, I'm just happy to see where I started and where I ended.
Well done, you're now an official Namibian drifter. So drifting, not an easy sport, not a cheap sport, but such a lot of fun. I'm so impressed by how quick Richie was able to manage, how quick he adapted to the sport, and how well he actually did. Richie, you're now an official Namibian drifter. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. It's not easy.
I must say, Richie, he can. But didn't you teach him beforehand, or did he Google, or how did he know what to do first time, right time?
He's been involved at the track from a very young age. Whenever I was busy drifting, he's always been there. So I think he learned on the sidelines without really learning. But this was his first time drifting, and I think he did a pretty good job.
Indeed, he did. Guess what is coming up in our next episode? I don't know about you, but I'm excited.
So, Pranjo, one of my exciting segments that we have coming up for the next for our next show is that green Ford that we tested.
Tatu Chichi, as everybody knows him in Katatura, in Greenwell. He's in Greenwell, residential area.
Yeah.
He knocked me over when I saw him the first time.
So what impressed me is it's a classic Ford Bucky, but with all the modern features in the car that he put in himself.
Yeah. I must say, you're going to enjoy that